Fantastic. Peter Wright's got to do exactly the same.
He does, and Rob Cross, you would think, will be cheering on Gerwyn Price in this one, because the fact of the matter is, Peter Wright wins, Rob Cross is eliminated. If Snakebite can get the victory here against Gerwyn Price, then it will be Price versus Gurney in a straight shootout to join Peter Wright in the knockout round.
85.
It's funny how the round-robin grips sometimes throw up the strange scenarios that can happen in the game as Price gets the first max.
Now, we've not seen somebody progress from the group stages of the Champions League of Darts since it started with one win, but it is mathematically possible. Rob Cross is not eliminated as yet, but as I say, he needs the Welshman to win this one, and he's starting well.
99.
Yes, he started well in his last match. Let his opponent back in, but just managed to stay ahead at that first break. And then ran away with it in that second session.
125.
Peter Wright just looks a little bit more focused, but yet to hit the scoring we're used to.
48.
Despite the miss, he will return.
Gerwyn Price, very much a double top man. He will do everything he can to leave it, and when it's working for him, he is deadly. That is why he has 8 ranking titles to his name, including the big one, the Grand Slam of Darts. He won this sort of time last year. 13 darts are strong starts from the Iceman. Good nickname, that Nick wasn't.
It's not bad, Dan.
95.
And a good start on throw there from Price. When you're putting in legs like that on throw,
59.
you're not giving your opponent any opportunity really to be a 12-darter or less.
Now another in there. And Peter Wright comes to the party. Hitting more 180s than anybody on the planet this year. Only hit 2 in his first round game with Darryl Gurney, his first round robin game with Darryl Gurney, I should say. A lot of room for improvement for Snakebite.
Yes, he's pretty much aware that it wasn't his best performance, but it's all about getting the 2 points. Now he's moved on to the next phase, the second game. You've got to have a different mentality because it's a different challenge.
134. Beating about 126.
Well, no need to look at the 19s here. Normally they would if their opponent was on a finish, but here, starting on the 20s, and he'll just look to leave himself on a double, which is exactly what he's done.
Yes, nicely tidied up there. That's good thinking there from Peter Wright. Game management's so important at stages, and that was the right stage to leave himself 3 darts at the double. You've still got to get it, mind.
Game shot on the second leg. Peter Wright. Got this game in the third first.
Might be a big thing, that, Peter Wright, just pinning that with relative ease, because
100.
his doubling, particularly at the start of the game with Darryl Gurney, was pretty atrocious. The thing that saved him was Gurney's was even worse. So to pin that in a couple of darts, Peter Wright might be thinking, well, not thinking at all about this afternoon's performance, and we'll get back to see the Snakebite for a world record broadcast average on Tuesday and won a title on Wednesday.
96.
Yes, we certainly pulled him up, didn't we, before that match, of how good the 2 players were in form. As we say, sometimes you can be in good form, a high-ranked player, winning titles, and sometimes you go up there and it just doesn't happen.
We talked about Peter Wright's good form. Gerwyn Price isn't too shabby either. You look over the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's played 6 tournaments, and he's had a couple of quarterfinals, a couple of semi-finals. He's won 1, defending his title on the European Tour in East Germany. He's been playing some top quality darts as Gerwyn Price, and one of the things that's been a
59.
I think in his career, when he's won a title, he's tended to win another one straight away. Done the double a couple of times over weekends on the Pro Tour, so if he gets things right, he's getting it right for a whole weekend, and that bodes well for a tournament like this over a couple of days.
It certainly does, Dan. I remember when he won those back-to-back Players' Championships, probably produced some of the best darts of his career. He was almost unbeatable over the 2 days.
Just a point between them. Price looks at his favourite double top and pins it bang in the middle. Confident stuff.
Did a good start from both players, holding on to throw.
Gerwyn Price has had to deal with a lot in his still relatively short darts career. Former rugby player who still describes himself as a rugby player who's picking the pocket of a professional dart player.
I think he needs to change that line.
Well,
when you're winning titles.
I'm not sure I buy it, but yes. But he got picked for the Premier League last year and had a mare. Couldn't win a game, and he was getting hidings week after week all over Europe. And it would have broken lesser men than Gerwyn Price. This year in the Premier League, very, very close to making it to finals night, only missing out by one spot. Daryl Gurney tipping him to that spot at the O2 in front of 10,000 fans. Michael van Gerwen, of course, the man who walked away with the title, as Wright looks to fill this up. And does.
Number 2 for Wright. Only got 2 in his first game. He's got 2 in the first 4 legs. He may have to take this.
Treble 18. That leaves a bullseye. Incredible passage of play. Absolutely magnificent. 180 Wright, 171 Price, 1-6 plus out. Oh, 161.
Absolutely incredible. Top quality darts from both players, and when you see those big finishes, we're hoping that as Price hits another massive score there, you can see the little touch as he walked past. They're actually playing the best darts because they're coming off each other every time. They really are playing well, and it's rubbing off on both players. And when he gets like that, because the pace is good.
They've both put back-to-back perfect visits in there, and they're still going. And look at the numbers from these two. This is the Peter Wright from earlier on in the week. Where were you this afternoon, Snakebite?
Well, he can't leave a finish, but he'll certainly put him back in the leg. Third maximum, only got 2 this afternoon in the whole match. Quality darts.
140.
Back up to treble 20 to lead the double.
145.
Quality.
49.
At that stage where neither player can afford to miss, because the quality is so hard. Oh, a long way off there from Gerwyn. Didn't expect that because he's been playing so well in the match so far. Took 109 out in the previous leg he won.
Across the board for double 9. It's a long way up. Great adjustment. Back-to-back 12 dart legs for Peter Snakebite Wright.
Yes, the crowd are loving this one, so are we. I hope you are at home. This is the quality darts you expect from top 8 players on a regular basis.
140. 139.
Well, these two are dragging each other along here. The scoring is magnificent. It's just been a couple of misses from Gerwyn Price that have allowed Peter Wright to nip in.
140.
Gerwyn Price, his first 9 darts of a leg, he is averaging at the minute almost 130. This is brutal. That means typically he's leaving a 1 treble finish after 9 darts every leg.
Just that one minor mistake that's cost him the leg in the end, but still
89.
scoring, both players at the highest level.
95. Peter Carl 132.
A little bit of time for Peter Wright here. Could stay there. He will leave himself double 16. 12 darter, 12 darter, potential 13 darter coming in. Peter Wright is hit overdrive in this one.
Yes, fantastic sequence.
60. Peter Carl 32.
He can tap this leg. That's not on a finish, but Peter Wright keep the momentum, as you said, Dan, 12, 12, 13. Move on to the next leg and take what you've just done in the previous 3 legs onto the next one.
Well, at the minute, we're in Champions League of Darts record territory in terms of the averages.
100.
Michael van Gerwen averaged 111. That's the highest we've seen in the 4-year history of the Champions League of Darts.
Not too shabby.
59.
It's all right. Peter Wright, right up there with it.
$100.
I wonder if he's changed anything. The total contrast from that first game, incredible, really.
Now look, we said at the top of the show, with these 8 players, you are guaranteed excellence. It may not be every single game, it certainly wasn't when Peter Wright kicked things off this afternoon, but he is more than making up for it right now.
Well, treble 17 will leave the big fish.
131.
Again, it's against the throwdown. He's had that sequence, as you said, 12, 12 and 13.
41.
Oh, that's a
bad last start there. Still got an opportunity, but could have made it a lot easier. Even 20.
Well, to be honest, even if that dart had fallen out the board, he might prefer things, because 130 is a little bit easier than 129 because of the vagaries of dartboards and the mathematics involved.
Yes, you're right there, Dan.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway because he's not going to go out.
It's completely messed everything up we were going to say.
97.
Now Price is probably going to look at 2 treble 17s to leave his favourite double top, but he's not going to get that.
102.
Players use that route for 142 now. But it's Peter Wright. Swing with the leg. Top 3 on the spin.
Insurance
That's 4.
play. Peter Wright. His leg is speeded through first. Game on.
Price sees his throw broken once more, and crucially for Peter Wright, who spent the vast majority of his game this afternoon against Darryl Gurney unable to hold throw. He has not been broken as yet.
140.
And he's finding the treble 20 with ease, as he's been doing for most of this year.
He looks comfortable,
96.
doesn't he, where he looked just a little bit edgy this morning. We can't find a reason behind it. We said it could have been because it's the first game of the tournament. Some players do have that mentality where they don't feel like they've got in the event when they're on first.
100.
I didn't expect certainly what happened in that match. This is certainly of the highest level.
123.
Halfway to victory, halfway to eliminating the world number 2 Rob Cross from the Champions League of Darts.
140.
He's 1-2-1 after 9. 102 after 9. Still playing at the top level. Now needs treble 17 for the ball. So a chance for Price.
57.
Stem the tide, lost the last 4 legs.
Double 12 it is. Gerwyn Price to stop the rot.
90. Peter Parr 64.
you've lost a few legs on the spin and you do get opportunities like that, it's very difficult because you've not thrown at a double for such a long time and hit it.
Double 8.
56. Gerwyn your card 12. Game shot on the 8th leg.
The rot is stopped. Gerwyn Price breaks the right throw for the first time in this contest. 2 more legs before the break. The Iceman will have his sights set on levelling this match up.
Yes, he definitely needed to get a leg, but certainly against the throw as well. He's got to dig deep on his throw here. All that staying in the match before that second break. Unlucky with the fallout there. He's scoring, he's just eluding him a little bit, isn't he?
78.
He's got a bit of trouble with the last dart there. Rubbing off on Peter Wright. Both of them having one of those sloppy moments. Bag of spanners, as they say. That's better.
125.
See the frustration at the second dart, but a great adjustment. Peter Wright still averaging 104 right now. Of course, 104 average doesn't necessarily win you a game. Average more than 104 at the World Matchplay when Darryl Gurney managed to throw a roadblock.
Gerwyn certainly struggling with the heat, isn't he? There, you can see that the second dart slipped. Up in his brow as he's walking to put his darts out of the board. It's very hot in here. It's not a disaster. 130 is one of those finishes where you can get 2 darts at the treble 20. You may have to get it. 16 to leave tops.
74. Gerwyn your card 130.
A double champ shot here to Gerwyn Price. Needs to find the 60, but he can find it with either of his first 2 darts. It'll have to be the second. He's got it as he got the ball.
Middle for diddle. There we go.
Gerwyn Price. Sounds like he's speeding it real fast. Game on.
Big moment, you can tell by the celebration. He is not a man who holds back, Gerwyn Price. However, he hit a 180 early on with no celebration at all because he still felt that he was second best. Now he might start thinking differently.
Yes, he'll be thinking here a big effort. Could go in at the break at 5 apiece. It's 5-2 down, remember. Can he fill it in? There we go. A piece in this match on the maximums.
140.
A shake of the head from Wright there, but still a good response after your opponents hit a maximum. But this leg is still up for grabs, and it's an important leg before the break. 6-4 or 5 apiece.
53.
A slip from the Iceman.
What will he leave? 2-1-8 on the board. He'll go for 18s with the last one, possibly. Yeah, hit the treble anyway, so we've got a bonus. A Brucey bonus.
Peter Wright
58.
Not put under enough pressure from the Iceman. He should get at least a dart at the bullseye to take a 2-leg lead into the mid-game break. 14 segment. Oh no, he's going to the 16s. he gambles and it does not pay off. Most of the time, a player will be looking at 14 because you get a dart to the bullseye. Why has he done that, Wazza?
Well, he must have thought in his mind that Gerwyn Price is not going to take out the 152, but at this level, it's very rare you see that. He's got away with it, but it's rare that happens. Players almost automatically think if there's a finish on, the opponent can take it out.
Well, was it confidence? Was it arrogance? It does not matter. He wins the leg, and Peter Wright, supreme in the opening stages. A fight back from the ice. Last 3 on the spin. Things are changing. Gerwyn Price has joined the world's elite, and it starts like this. That helps him do that. Grand Slam champion, of course. Same number of major titles as Peter Wright. Peter Wright won the UK Open a couple of years ago, beat Gerwyn Price in the final.
It's not just the playing well, is it, as well, when you get to this level? It's dealing with certain situations. When your opponent's putting you under pressure, it's one of the only sports you can't stop your opponent from scoring. You're only in control of your own visit. You can only do what you're doing. Keep the pressure on your opponent as much as possible and take the opportunities when they arise.
Well, that's pressure. 4th maximum for snake bite. Much more like the snake bite we've seen for long periods this year. This evening here in Leicester.
He hit the maximum in the last one. You feel he's got to get at least a 140 here, which he could do. May even be another maximum.
140.
That's okay. Leaves him a straight ton.
Another. Oh, he's gone tops. Looked inviting the lie there to stay on the treble 20. Loads of room in it, but decided against it.
Yeah, certainly a good way to go when your opponent's on a ton. Is he going to do the same or stay on the treble 20? Well, he stayed on the treble 20. He looked at the angle and it looked like he could just deflect it off that first dart, but it didn't happen.
He shot the 11th leg. Gerwyn Price, 12-leg speed in the third first. Game on.
Holds his throw. First job done for Gerwyn Price. Great start. When you know your opponent has to break it and you start with a 140,
96.
just fills you full of confidence for your next couple of visits. It's keeping your opponent under pressure. As we know so often, this game can change so quickly.
Well, it looks like the opening game of the night was changing, didn't it, when Rob Cross was coming back at Daryl Gurney. Shades of the world match play, but Super Chin managed to
85.
hold his nerve.
And he still didn't look comfortable though, did he? Even though he was making that mini comeback. He was dragging legs and winning legs, but not playing at his ultimate best, and that's probably what cost him in the end. Super leg here from Wright. 1-2-1 after 9.
Wow.
Well,
So Peter Wright was going bull, treble 7, bull for that, was
yes,
he?
it looked like it.
I mean, I thought it was confident, maybe a little arrogant to ignore the 14 and bullseye just before the break, but to do that, this is a man who genuinely thinks he can do anything he wants on a dartboard tonight.
Well, normal it would have been treble 13, because you look downstairs, we're thinking he's going for treble 17, double 10. Treble 7 bull, incredible.
47. Gerwyn require 142.
Two treble 17s. It's not going to happen again for Gerwyn Price, but Peter Wright, these ones can get a little bit messy.
Peter require 10.
Double 5.
No
messing at all.
12th leg. Peter Wright, looking for his Gerwyn to throw first. Game on.
He's in command of the leg. Just pick that double leg, not give Gerwyn Price the opportunity, but a good start from Price on his throw.
And you can
Still
see
in the heat, isn't he?
no big roar from Gerwyn Price. He is feeling the pressure. Those massive celebrations, They turn up when he's on top. It's a reflection of his mood in a game. Here, he feels he's chasing. He's constantly chasing.
93.
Feeling the heat, he's feeling the pressure.
It's a good last night in the treble 18 there, just to keep him a decent visit away. Peter Wright is not
46.
challenging this leg so far.
'58. Gerwyn about 170.
Good one. That was back in the leg, but still a lot of work to do.
94.
It's two trebles here to have a realistic opportunity. With Price on 76.
'99. Gerwyn about 76.
Double 8 it is then. Price clings on. Gap reduced to one leg once more.
Neither player giving up their throw at the moment. Playing solidly
96
on their visit. As we edge closer to the finishing post.
60.
Well, it's a similar kind of performance from Gerwyn Price this evening as we saw from him against Rob Cross. It was good enough to kind of blast Rob Cross out of it, but here Peter Wright has stood up to him, and you can see, same on the number of 180s, but it's those two treble visits, the 140 plus scores where Peter Wright is dominating, and there might be another one here, it might be a maximum. No, it's another one of those 140s.
Yeah, 16-6 on the 140s. That's an incredible stat really after, well, in leg 14.
96. Peter Powell 125.
Will he go for the ball? I saw Price attempt this earlier and hit the ball with a second dart. He needs the ball!
Top stuff from Snakebite. The 125, ball 25 ball to add to his 161. No wonder he's going arrogant routes for things. He genuinely thinks he can do anything tonight.
You can't beat a bit of bully, especially when you get two of them. Certainly a crowd pleaser.
131.
104.5 average. 161, the 125 checkout. 50% on doubles. Absolutely superb from Snakebite.
Will this match go all the way?
There might have been a few people who picked Peter Wright to go and win this tournament, such as the stuff he's been playing lately. And they might have ripped up their betting slip after this afternoon's game. Well, I hope they can still piece it back together.
There'll be some people rummaging around the bins later on when we go outside.
Gerwyn McCall 121.
Should stay there.
105. Peter McCall 170.
So they had the 161. The big fish is on offer. This would really hurt. Not this time.
100. Revenue requires
8-7. If Price can hit this double.
Double four it is.
Double
Double four is there. And for all Peter Wright's excellence, Gerwyn Price continues to stick in there. Can he fashion just that chance to break the right throw? Time is running out.
83.
Yes, he can obviously do it later, but if Wright does win this one, he's certainly making a chance of it. If Wright does win this one, Dan, when you're one leg away, it's always difficult when you're chasing somebody who's one leg away from the match. But as we've seen so often, this game can turn around very, very quickly. He's got the darts, and he's got a big lead.
77.
This might be the chance for the Iceman. It should be from here. How many darts will he get to break the right throw? If he levels this up at 8-all, Gerwyn Price becomes the favourite for all the brilliant stuff and incredible finishes that we've seen from Peter Wright in this game. Price might be out-muscling him in the closing stages.
144.
Well, what a leg of darts. As we said, just at the right time for Gerwyn Price. Peter Wright through first in this leg. After 12 darts, he still needs 260.
Superb leg of darts from Gerwyn Price. 11 darter, breaks the throw. 8-all. If he can hold throw 2 more times, he goes top of the group.
96.
Leg, Peter Wright never scored at all, despite that fantastic leg from Price, but that's better.
97.
And has it just swung back in favour of Snakebite? The 180, perfect start to the leg, needs to follow it up with something.
Well, you'd take a ton, wouldn't you? You'd certainly take one now. That doesn't help.
This one is on a knife edge.
Good last one, but certainly very loose with the second one, a little bit annoyed at himself.
Peter Wright just giving himself an extra couple of milliseconds to compose himself. And it's a great visit. And he might have to take this 138.
Yeah, just checking the score. Fly there, but he's checking the score. May stay there, I'll go for the 25. Oh, he fell out the ball. What a time for that to happen.
Insects causing him problems, bulls causing him problems, all kinds of animals, but it's a snake that might cause him the biggest problem of all here, Gerwyn Price. As Peter Wright is going to leave himself 3 darts to break the throw, and he will throw for the match unless this goes.
Not this time, so despite
65,
taking the previous leg against the throw, Peter Wright has fought back and given himself this opportunity, which he takes, puts him 1 leg away, and will now throw first for the match. Well, swings in roundabouts is a term used very loosely in darts, and that was very evident over the last 2 legs.
What a contest. Both averaging over 100. Both 53% on their doubles. They've hit 9 180s between them. And it is still up in the air about who walks away with the win and tops the group at the end of the first day of action here in Group B.
Both players will be very aware of the situation, I can assure you.
100.
Good last one. A grimace there from Peter Wright. You knew how important that last dart was. You stay ahead of your opponent. You're throwing first. The pressure is on Gerwyn Price. Great first dart. Not a bad second one. Will he get a third? Yes, he will.
He could have put a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh in there. Absolute surgery from Peter Wright.
94.
And he should get match starts in this leg. He might get one in this visit.
Well, let's hope it didn't go for bull treble 7 bull again there in the match. That would have been incredible.
Not this time.
103.
And he doesn't win it just yet.
Well, the pressure will be on.
140. Peter got 18.
As he goes straight at the double 9. No, he's splitting it. Hitting the 2 to leave double 8. Double 8 it is to close it out. And Rob Cross is eliminated for the Champions League of Darts. Peter Wright edges one against Gerwyn Price. It'll be a straight shootout between the Iceman and Super Chin Daryl Gurney to join Snakebite at the semi-finals tomorrow.
Well, you can call it arrogance, you can call it confidence, but it's a win in the chalkboard. Tick box off for Peter Wright. Is it arrogance? Is it confidence? There were things he did in that pool that we were thinking, what are you doing? But it worked.
Absolutely right. There was a little bit of Hollywood shooting in there. It was a very curious way of going for a 121 finish where he hit the bullseye.